back up because my face is all up in the camera. Please don't mind my pimple patches. I'm trying to get cute. Ooh, let me also put some chapstick on because that's just really, really disrespectful to be on here without no chapstick. But I just felt really moved to come on here and talk about sonship and identity. That is something that I've been struggling with for a little minute when it comes to just my identity as a person, like just me, Tiana. I feel like I've never, in the past, because we don't claim that no more in the name of Jesus, but in the past, I never felt comfortable with just me because I was always critiqued for like who I was, who I am, like at my core. Like literally my core characteristics that I really can't change. It was like, oh, well, this is a problem and that's a problem and this is a problem and that's a problem. And I spent so much time in life trying to change those things, being hyper aware of them and hypercritical of them, not knowing that those things aren't going to change. You're just going to meet people that are going to love you, not even regardless, just love you, period. Like not regardless of those things as if those things are a problem. They're just going to love you for you. And God really brought that to my attention, and he began to show me that because of how I was treated, it created almost like an orphan mentality, as if I didn't belong anywhere and no one would love me the way that I wanted to be loved. So in turn, I performed. I morphed into whoever I believed that the people wanted so that I would receive the love that I've always desired. And I even did that with God. I morphed into the child that I thought he wanted out of me. And that just never rings true with God. Like that never lasts with God because he is so loving and like truly loving. Like pure love exposes you. Pure love exposes you, bro. I'm sorry the light's changing because I'm in the car and I'm just using like natural light, but true love exposes you. It exposes your shortcomings. It exposes your insecurities. It exposes you, but it's in the most beautiful way because pure love creates an environment and an ecosystem, an atmosphere for you to just incubate and like transform and heal and grow and change and shift and accept the pieces of you that you rejected for so long, and reject the things that were never a part of you and your identity to begin with. It's just a really beautiful process that I've underwent with God over the years because I was pretending and he allowed me to pretend knowing exactly who I was. And when I got tired of pretending, then he was like, okay, babes, this is what it is. Like that's not who you are. And you know who you are. And I literally treated myself as if I was like an outsider, like an invader in my own body. Literally, like I treated myself as if I was like, I don't know, like outside of my own body. So I would pick myself apart and be like, oh, that's wrong, that needs to go. People don't like that, that needs to go. That's annoying to people, that needs to go. You don't need to be acting like that, that needs to go. And I would view myself this way and I would treat myself this way and hold myself to this impossible standard of you need to always be changing, you need to always be shifting, you need to always be adapting to what people like or don't like about you. And that just creates such a broken identity. Like it creates an identity crisis because it's like you shapeshift so much that you forget who you even are. You don't even know who that person is. And I feel like I found myself in that space and I was just like, this is crazy. Like I didn't even give myself the space to love myself. So how could I even give anyone else the chance and the opportunity to do that? Like I was like, child, I like this about me and I like that about me, but like it's not good enough for people. So I would self-shame myself, like literally who I am. Like I would self-shame, and it would just create this toxic and unproductive like train of thought pattern where I would get into relationships with people, whether romantic or platonic, and I would put on unknowingly. Like, I would just put on, and I would just be like, I would hide, and I would disguise parts of myself. And it didn't take until God sent me some people. When God sends you people, those people truly love you for you. Like, they love you for you, even if you're not being you. And that's why I say true love exposes, because those people exposed me in the best way. Like, they were like, babes, I see you. Like, I see you. I see through the BS. I see through the running away. I see through you just, you know, trying to get ready to go. Like, I see through all of that, and you're good. And that's all it took for me to just and be like, oh wow. Wow. So there's nothing wrong with me? Wow. So there's people that are actually like attracted and drawn to just who I truly am at my core. Like, and all my craziness, all of my quirks, all of my kinks, like, they like that. Like, they enjoy me. Like, they just enjoy me. And that was just such a foreign concept, because I genuinely just never experienced that. I always had to act, and I always had to change, and I always had to put on. And then that's when I was able to receive the love that I wanted. And again, it wasn't until God brought me people that really loved me the way that He loves me, and I was just like, damn, it didn't have to be like this. And it really helped me to heal my relationship with myself, and then it really helped me to heal my relationship with God. For sure. Because then it was like a reflection, because the people God sends you are a reflection of Him, essentially. And it really reflected back, because God really was just like, you need to stop performing. And He put me through so much within the past like year and change, probably like 2 years, to be honest, where I couldn't even perform. Like, God took away everything that I was using to perform. He took away everything, and I felt so naked, and I felt so ashamed, and I felt so like just worthless. And God literally was like, I still love you. I'm still proud of you. I still take pleasure in you. I still enjoy you. And you won't even allow me to enjoy you because you feel so worthless. Like, do you see the problem here? It just took really just looking at myself in the mirror, like looking deep down, and just being like, you know what, Tiana, like, you really are beautiful inside and out. You really are that girl. You really are dope. You really are just all of these different things like that God created you to be. You really are emotional. You really are sensitive. You really are I don't know, just peculiar. And there's literally nothing wrong with that, because that's just how God made you. That is literally how God made you. You do not have to perform to be loved. You do not have to shape shift to be loved. You don't have to do none of that. And God really taught me that in 2023. And it's just a beautiful thing, because now I feel like it's like God gave me permission and forcibly made me just start being me, bro. Like, unapologetically. And it's always a journey. It's still a journey, for sure. I feel like I'm still learning how to just take up the space that I require. Take it up without apologizing for it. Take it up without the disclaimers. You do not have to disclaim yourself. You do not have to disclaim what is innately you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just a little this, or I'm sorry. What are you apologizing for? Why are you apologizing for being yourself? That's craziness. That don't make no sense. So yeah, that's just such a good lesson. And I had some scriptures on the screen that really helped me, like, with that identity crisis that I was going through, because God really showed me, like, our identity first comes in Him, and in Him there's so much freedom to be yourself, like who you really are. And I don't ever have to feel like I don't belong anywhere, because I belong to God. Like, I belong with Him. And there's so much scripture that just speaks about like how we are adopted into His family when we, you know, start when we just submit our lives to Him. We are adopted into His family. He sees us the same way that He sees Jesus, literally. And that was just such a beautiful thing. And like, we have an inheritance as God's children. Like, it's as if we never were separated from him in the first place. Like, as if it never happened. What's the word? Like, just as if it never happened. Like, we were justified just as if it never happened. Literally, like, brand new. And again, it's just a beautiful concept that I feel like I'll probably do another video on, because God gave me this whole revelation about how, like, basically, like, the devil stole us at birth. He stole us at birth. He took us at birth, and it broke God's heart. But when you take somebody at birth and you adopt them, like sin adopted us, the devil adopted us into his family, which is sin, like being in this world and being of this world. And he, like, that is a legal proceeding. So the devil had legal grounds, you know, over us or whatever. And it wasn't until Jesus died on the cross and his blood paid the price, like, it broke that legal document. Like, it blotted all of those signatures out, child, that signed us over legally to the devil. So through Christ, we're able to be reconciled back to our original parent, which is God, who, you know, created us, birthed us. And we got taken. But God is like, I'm taking my kids back if they choose. So, and Jesus is the way that he was able to do that legally, because the spirit realm is very legal. And we can go into that in another video, because I don't want to get too deep. But it was just really, really beautiful. It was kind of funny, but it made so much sense, because I was like, wow, God, like, we were really stolen at birth. And like, God is God, so he could do something about it. But God is also fair, and he gives us free will. And again, the spirit realm is a legal ground. So because of sin, and because of the fall, like, the devil had legal access over us until Jesus came. And now we're able to break that, overcome sin, and be reconciled back to our original father, or our parent. Not the devil, who's the father of this world, baby, but God, who was our father all along. And he also brought up something, and I'm running out of time, I really don't want to ramble, but he also brought up something that was so good. He was literally saying how, like, because we were taken at such a young age, like, literally we were born into sin because of the fall with Adam and Eve, we don't even recognize our father. Like, you know how somebody is like adopted, and then they go and meet their biological parents, and they don't even recognize them. They don't have nothing in common with them. It's just kind of like you're a stranger. You're a freaking stranger. That's how it is with God. That is literally how it is with God. Like, when we're in the world, we don't even recognize God. God isn't even palatable to us. We don't even recognize that that is our lineage. Like, that is literally where we come from. Those are our roots and our origins, because we'd been taken at birth, and we adopted the world's customs. We adopted the devil's customs, and we just became comfortable with that, and we knew that to be our truth. So when God comes and gives us the real truth don't even sound right, because it's just like, huh? And that's why so many people just, you know, are like, I don't believe in God, or, you know, they're atheists, or they're just, I'm just not going, because they just genuinely have no knowledge. Like, we don't have knowledge of where we come from, because we've been brainwashed. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling about that, because I said that could be a whole nother video, even though I just explained it. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that, because I want to share with y'all, like, more of my relationship with God on a practical level on here, because, child, I don't be having much going on current day. So until I do have a little bit more going on, I still want to be on YouTube, and I still want to be consistent, and I still want to talk, but I just want to be personal, and I want to build a community here. So I just gotta share the real, okay? I gotta share the real. So yeah, thank y'all for joining me, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video, child. I hope it gave you some insight. I hope it was relatable and all that good stuff, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Mwah.